to get skinnier, how to get that confidence back, that groove back for your summer. It's time, right? It's time. It's already getting hot. It would have been nice to have the procedure done before the summer so you're prepped and ready, but you know, better late than never, right? Some of you may have gone to events and you're disappointed that it's all warm and you don't have that body the way you want it, ready for some massive change. Well, now's the time. We got a new special going on here, 15% off for the summer special. Help you get rid of that belly, get back into those jeans, get your confidence back, get that groove back, right? What's up, Jessica? Welcome. The French. Welcome on Instagram. All these Bale Abaya. There's a bunch of weird names on Instagram. I'll be answering any questions that you may have. I highly suggest if you have not joined our private Facebook group that you join the private Facebook group. Many of the pictures that you're going to see throughout these talks were real individuals, real patients who shared their stories, shared their journeys, their experiences with MyShape Lipo, and they've been sharing their photos all along the way. So if you're interested, you're thinking about getting this procedure, you wish you would know somebody maybe that have had the procedure for MyShape Lipo, this is a perfect opportunity. We created this just for you. Head over to the private Facebook group. You can just search for MyShape Lipo support group, and that'll get you there to where you can communicate directly with these previous patients and ask them questions about me, about our staff, about the results, whatever questions you might have. What's up, Stacy? And there's people like Stacy there and other previous patients that are happy to answer your questions, happy to guide you in the right direction. I know that when you're searching for procedures, there's a lot of bullshit out there. There's a lot of people blowing smoke up your ass and trying to tell you need this, you need that. And the truth is very hard to find. Especially when you're trying to get it from businesses. Businesses, I mean even me, right? I have an incentive to tell you things that are going to encourage you to get this procedure because that's what I do. I'm trying to help you with that. But what I suggest is speak to the people, speak to the actual patients and get their opinion because, I don't want you to feel like obligated or feel like you have to do things or feel like when you call us, like you're not getting the real information. That's okay. I tell the truth, but that's okay. I get it because I'm the same way. When I go to a business and I ask them questions, like you kind of take it with a grain of salt because they have motivations and incentives to tell you certain things. Just like when you go to a plastic surgeon, they're going to tell you that you need a tummy tuck, and that's total bullshit. But that's just what they do, right? That's totally what they do. They only offer you what they have available. So just in the same train of thought. I'm offering you liposuction, and liposuction, that's what we offer, right? I don't offer tummy tucks because I don't do them. So I have an opportunity to help individuals, larger individuals, to make huge, dramatic, massive changes to their body to help them achieve the look and the feel and the shape that they have always wanted that's been eluding them for perhaps decades. Some of you, it may have been gaining weight for a long time. And this is something that can help flip that switch here, and you can get back to the leaner self that you were in younger days and get into a shape where will allow you to be more active, will allow you to be more confident, allow you to fit into the clothes that you want to fit into. No problem, Stacy. I appreciate you for jumping on here. Can't stay long. That's not a problem. Those of you who are interested, Stacy is wonderful at helping people. She's just a bundle of joy and positivity. So if you're looking for someone to communicate with, someone to talk to, Stacy's always there to help. But there's plenty of other patients there, and I hope that the idea that I had was that we can get an accumulation of our patients enough so when the new people are coming in, the people like the fresh blood, right, or the next generation of liposuction patients, when you come into the portal, you have an abundance of individuals that are sharing their story, sharing their journey, and I'm hoping that each of you individuals will be able to connect with someone that's similar to you, whether that's similar in age, similar in shape, similar in Maybe you have the same issues, like maybe your belly hangs the way this young lady does, or maybe you have stretch marks because you have many kids. Um, Maybe you're very large and you connect with those people. Look, we got them all. We got big, small. We got all the areas of the abdominal areas, the upper body, the chin, the legs. All these people are there for you. This is all for you. That trying to help you make a decision, because the truth is, here's the truth. Almost all of my previous patients, they had somebody to help them. Somebody helped them. Whether that was answering their questions, whether that was inspiring them to take action, whether that was motivating them to continue on the path, whatever that was, whether that's sharing knowledge and experience, they had somebody to help them. You don't just get to these places by yourself. You need help. So that's why I came up with this new contest that we're doing. Contest is it's a 50% off contest. And this is geared more towards my previous patients. Those of you who have already had this procedure, you've gone through the process, you're on your path, your journey to success, and now that you are far enough along, you have the ability now to look back. And those individuals now that are just getting started out on the path, just looking into this, they're curious, they have questions. You have the ability now to help them. And how do you help them? It's simple. Just share your story. Your story is your superpower. It's your ability to influence and inspire others just by you living your best life. And so I want to encourage my previous patients to live their best life. Be a good person. Spread this positive energy, because I was thinking about this the other day, and really, it's like I was given this ability to do liposuction. I was gifted. Whether there's I don't know, whatever you believe, whether God gifted me with the ability, the universal energy, or the source, whatever it is, it came through me, and this energy comes through me, and I'm able to pass it on to you through these results. And now that you've been gifted the results, it's your obligation. The energy, this gift, it was not meant to be kept. That's why I pass it on. You have to pass it on, or the gift is of no value. Just because you get these results, if you don't pass it on and make someone else great as well, you're going to be limiting. You're going to be limiting the potential of this energy. And this energy it's the ability to change so many lives. And I personally, I'm so grateful that I've been given this opportunity to help a lot of people, because I've struggled with purpose in my life, and I felt like I was just going down this path and didn't really have a purpose, and I felt almost selfish, and I was helping myself. And I did that for a long time, and I enjoyed the fruits of my labor and worked hard, and it was for selfish purposes, for me to advance. And now I realized that this gift was not for me. This gift was for you. This ability that I have to make these bodies. I mean, like, it's unbelievable what's possible. And sometimes I swear to God, I don't even believe it myself, and it would be hard for me to believe this except for I get to see these results. And many of these results are like instantaneous, on the table. And you'll see this when you get into the group. You'll see that these results, they happen immediately, and it's incredible. So this is a gift that was given to my patients. And now that you know that this is possible, because it's, like I said, a lot of people like blow smoke up your ass and tell you a bunch of bullshit and tell you that try and sell you stuff, but it's not bullshit. This is the real deal. People are seriously changing their lives. And once you've changed your life, now it's your responsibility to pass it on and help others. And, maybe it's not for everybody, but I know there's a lot of really good people out there. There's a lot of really good people that will benefit themselves. Because when you share and you pass on this energy to other people, when you pass this knowledge, when you pass this experience, when you pass it on to someone else, it actually helps you. Just as me speaking now and sharing this information with you and helping guide you in different directions and helping you to pay it forward, just as I'm explaining this stuff to you, it benefits me probably more than it's benefiting you. And it's all up here. It's psychologically. It's not what you get, it's what you become. And I am becoming my best version. And this is part of the process. Part of the process is taking the knowledge, taking the experience, taking the gifts that I've been given, because we were all given gifts, right? I was taught this. I was taught this. And not only that, I had many, many patients that trusted me enough to allow me to continue and advance in my education and learning, because the learning takes place with experience. And the more I do, it's like repetition. And I've done thousands of these procedures, thousands of them, and it's unbelievable how many times I've done the exact same things. The movements are exactly the same. And I've built this in my mind, the repetitions, to now it's consistent. So 50% off contest. If previous patients are going to be the best at this. However, if you are a true influencer and you have a huge following, this is for you as well. Maybe you might know an influencer, and if you want to bring them in and introduce them to My Shape, then actually both of you can win, the influencer and the person who brought them. So this is to encourage people to be better. I want you to just share and help other people to realize what is possible for their body, because many people, it's a shame, I see this all the time. People quit on life. They quit on themselves. They give up because they don't believe that it's possible. And once you don't believe, you stop taking action. That's the problem. You can't stop believing that it's possible for you. You can't give up on yourself. You can't give up on life. So I haven't given up on you. And all these people that I'm working on and passing my gifts on to, they believe in you too. And you know, the only reason why is because we know. This is not we're not guessing anymore. I'm not making this shit up. I know with 1,000% certainty that we can change your life, that we can make a big difference on you, that I can take that fat out of your body, we can make the fold go away, and the confidence just, it floods in. It's the energy, it comes through you. Okay? Just as, you know, the energy comes through me and I pass it on to you, and it comes through my hands, it comes through my mouth. This is how God works. God is working through me to help you. Now, once you have been given these gifts, you have to share. Otherwise, it's a waste. It stops. Buck stops at you. That's not fair. It's not fair. It wasn't meant for just you. It wasn't meant for just me. It was meant for the whole world to experience. And the more of us that can open our mouths, share our stories, tell our friends and family, the people that we love, the more of us that can do that, spread the good word, the more people we're going to help, the more people we're going to change. So what I was thinking, all these previous patients, now you're influencers helping other people, I want to supercharge you. And that's why we came up with this 15% off special. So now you have something to offer to all your friends and family, the people that you know that need this, is you can offer them a special. Hey, now's the opportunity. Now is the time. If you want to change your life, it's 15% off. It's a great deal, especially with this inflation going on, the economy crashing. This is an opportunity. Look, right now, that money that you're holding in cash, if you don't spend it, it's going to be worth less, significantly less. And the latest numbers, inflation is about 9%, 10%. So every year you lose 10%. So let's say you hold $1,000. Every year now you're going to lose 100 of that. So multiply that times 10. If you have $10,000, you're going to lose $1,000. If you hold it in your bank, you're just losing the money. So invest in yourself. Investing in the stock market right now, it's going to be tough. Investing in real estate right now, terrible decision. Don't buy houses right now. It's the wrong time to buy a house. Interest rates are going through the roof. And all of this, okay, just so you understand, this is all being done on purpose. And everybody knows. And if you didn't know this, then let me enlighten you. The government has the ability to change interest rates. The interest rates increases or decreases the availability of money to lend. As they lower the interest rates, money gets lended out more. As it gets lended out more, it gets spent with all the different parts of our economy, and people spend more money, the economy goes up. It's artificial. They lower the interest rates, they pump money into the economy, and the economy went out. That's what happened. Over these last 2 years after COVID, the government created more money in 2 years than they did in the known history of money. They 40% more money in the past 2 years than they have in the whole history of making money. So like 250 years of our national history. So that money has been just created out of thin air. So all of the stock market gains you've seen over the 2 years, it's all artificial. And now when the market crashes, it's because that money is just being extracted because it was artificial. They lent out too much money because of low interest rates. So now what are they doing? It's like the tide of the ocean, right? They let it go out and now they're sucking it back in. And they do that by limiting and restricting the availability of money. And that's done through interest rates. So all of this is being done on purpose. So the cycles, if you look back historically, there's long-term cycles and short-term cycles, and debt cycles and financial cycles. This stuff's been going on for hundreds and thousands of years, all through natural history of humans. Ever since money has been a thing, these cycles have been going. Now they've changed their rate, but it's been going. So right now, currently, what's happening is they are increasing the interest rates. Now, what does that do? You go to buy a house, instead of the interest rate being 3%, it's going to be 7%, which makes your payment 2-3 times more expensive. Probably not the right time to buy. Okay, and you're like, whoa, the price of the house, the value of the houses are going up. I'm going to make money. Think about this for a second. The house's value, the real value of the house has not changed at all. It's still the same house. It's just this on paper, the value is being inflated. Well, how do you think that's happening? How do you think that happens? It's artificial. Well, it's because the government is dumping money into the economy and saying, here, borrow, take as much as you can and spend, because they want the economy to move, right? They didn't want it to crash. Now, they did that for too long, unfortunately, and now it's time to pay the piper, as they say. So they're tightening and constricting the availability of money, which makes it a little bit more difficult for people. But I'll tell you what, inflation is so high now, and the value of money is decreasing. So if you don't spend this money on something, if you don't spend it, it's going to be, it could be perhaps the value of the dollar could go down dramatically as inflation rises. So, when you look about investing, the best investment by far is investing in yourself. Why? Because you are the only thing that really matters. Your house, your car, if they're lost, you can replace that. Your clothes, you can replace that. Your TV, you can replace that. Your body, your mind, you can't replace. So the more that you invest in yourself, again, it's not what you get, it's what you become. And so as you become better, you make yourself more valuable. Listen to what I'm saying. As you become better, you make yourself more valuable. Therefore, when you get, whether that's working for somebody else or starting your own job or starting your own business, your value increases. Okay? Let me ask you this. If someone went for a job interview and they were insecure, scared, and like very cautious, who do you think would get the job more? The person who is scared and anxious and nervous, or the person who is confident and happy and smiling, a good eye contact, and confident in their ability and their skills? Clearly, this isn't obvious, right? It's clearly you're going to hire the person with more confidence. So, therefore, the person with more confidence, they're more valuable, right? That one little thing, that confidence, that's it. Now, how do you get this confidence? Is that a gift to you? Perhaps. Where does it come from? I think that confidence is built. So you need to continue to, it's like this slow increase where you're improving. As you improve, you get more confidence. As you feel better about yourself, you get more confidence. It doesn't have to be a fast improvement. It just has to be a slow and steady improvement. Now, liposuction is one of these things. We can give you huge dramatic change fairly quickly. Now, clearly there's going to be some type of recovery, but you get the results fairly quickly. Now, sometimes people can't change their mind. They can't alter and shift their consciousness to this new being who they are. Now that you're lean, now that you're thin, now that you have a different look, you're allowed to then experience. You're allowed to experience the emotions of confidence. You're allowed to experience that. Because many people, it's like you hold yourself back. I can't be confident. Look at me. I can't be confident. I can't even do these things. So once you get these bodies, we take away those layers, we take away those barriers, and it allows you to feel differently. It allows you to see yourself differently. And more importantly, it allows other people to see you differently, because then as they see you differently, they treat you differently. And you have to be open for that. You have to be open for people to treat you differently. And you have to accept that and then change yourself from within. Okay? As you change yourself from within, it's that you start to realize, wow, these people actually, they think I'm beautiful. They think I'm smart. They think I look good in this outfit. If they think that, why don't you? Right? And this is where the shift has to start changing. And as you start improving and getting better, that shift starts to happen. And then really the magic starts happening. Because liposuction is going to change the physical, right? But if you don't change the mental and continue to advance along this path of improvement, then you're going to slide right back into the same problems that caused the physical in the past. But if you're able to push past that and become motivated to live your best life, it's just a matter of time until you reach the higher heights, until you elevate yourself. And what does that mean when I say elevate? It's every aspect of your life, whether it's your relationships with your friends and family, whether it's your ability at work to have more confidence, whether it's your ability to go out and meet people, or just the confidence to go out and have fun and accept joy into your life. These are the little things that people don't really talk about. See, Arizona Lily, welcome back. Okay, can I really contour the waist? What do you think about waist trainers and tight shapewear? I've been watching you for some time, and I promised myself to go to you. I need I need to find a husband. All right, cool. Well, I'll start from the backside. You need to find a husband. It's interesting because I have had quite a few patients over the years who they get this procedure and then they get engaged shortly after. And we joke about this saying that we're going to get some MyShape lipo patients in the next couple of years, because as we improve their bodies, it attracts, right? It attracts. And I think that you'll definitely, once you get more confidence, again, that's just something, right? That people are attracted to the confidence. It's the law of attraction, the law of positive. So let's see, can we really contour the waist? Graham will pull up these pictures here. This is a great example. You can see how, she's got this square shape, and just taking out the fat in that waistline can change that fairly dramatic, and it's quick, right? Especially each individual is different, right? But the different shapes that you have will determine the different potentials. The more square or wide you are, I'm able to take it in and make a bigger, more dramatic change. I like personally the bigger patients because it's a bigger, more dramatic change. And for me, the visual change is rewarding, it's fulfilling. However, these smaller individuals, it's actually a really big change because it's like the shape. So if you come in with a square shape and we can create this hourglass figure, it's dramatic. And it doesn't even have to be a lot of fat removed to still make these dramatic changes. Okay. Let's see. I want a family, baby too. I know why. I don't want to do a tummy tuck. Yeah, that's awesome. And I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that I can create these shapes that will attract in everything to you, because I'll tell you what, chasing after doesn't work. When you chase, they run. So she said, I'm Asian but fat. Fat has no race or color or creed or anything, or sex, and fat is fat. It doesn't matter what you are. We can suck it off, and it's still the same change. You still have potential, but The interesting thing is, what I was saying is when you chase something, it tends to go away from you. It's much easier to attract it to you. And this is where, you may have heard me speaking about the law of attraction. It's not about going out and chasing this stuff. It's about attracting it to you. And then you do this through the energies, through your energy, through what you put out into the world. So when you feel fat, when you feel gross, when you feel disgusting, you put that energy into the world. And if you think you're fat and you think you're disgusting, who in the hell would want you? If you don't want yourself, who would want you? Why would they want you if you don't want yourself? Why would anybody like you if you don't like yourself? It doesn't make sense, right? So the energy that you're putting out into the world is, I hate myself. And people are like, okay, you're right. I'll hate you too. If you hate yourself, I should hate you too. Or I should not like you, or I should, treat you a certain way because you treat yourself a certain way. The world is a reflection of us. So when we help our patients to feel better about themselves, it gets reflected back to them. And this is where the magic happens. It doesn't happen all at once, but it is. Trust me, this is the magic. Is when you start exuding the different energies, the different positivity. It gets reflected back to you in so many ways. And I can't even tell you all the ways. And this is where I'm really hoping that a lot of our previous patients start sharing more of these little ways that the energy is being reflected back to them. Whether it's the way that people treat you, the way that someone looks at you, the way that you fit into your clothes, it comes back to you. Okay. Yes, I believe in manifestation. So, the way manifestation works is that you have to become a doer, meaning just having these ideas in your mind and these positive thoughts. It's not enough. You have to start taking the actions in towards. It's like showing the universe that you're serious about this. You can be like, I want to get the best body. And you can think about it all you want, be positive, and say, all these affirmations. You can do all that stuff, but it doesn't do shit unless you start taking action. You have to take action. And this is where like the 15% off is. That's the incentive. I want to push you over that hump and give you that incentive to take action. You just have to get off your ass and move and do. And if you do, the world comes to you, because God favors those who take action. I don't know how exactly this stuff works, but I do know that when you take action, when you are positive, the universe reflects right back to you. It comes to you. Everything comes to you, and it'll come quicker than you ever imagined. I can tell you, when these patients get these procedures, like their life changes so quickly. And especially now you can see how they're sharing on the private Facebook group. You can see them sharing their life. You can see the journeys. You can see the struggles that they've had. You can see the triumphs that they have. And you see this stuff all in real time, and it happens fairly quickly. Super fun, very, very rewarding. And I hope to inspire my previous patients to pay it forward and help others, because this is really, it's a gift. And I know that I have a lot of people in my life that could benefit from this. And I'm sure that you have a lot of people in your life, whether it's your friends, your family, your coworkers, people that you meet on the street even. These people need you. They need these solutions. Because if you're struggling and you feel like shit because of the way that you look, and your insecurities and your embarrassments, and you feel like you're hiding all the time, you're hiding from everything. If you feel that way, guaranteed all those other people, you can connect with this stuff. You know that they are struggling the same as you are. And if you know that, then now you have this ability to help them and share. And if you don't help them, then what does that mean about you? You're selfish. And that's the way I felt. I felt I was selfish because I kept taking for myself. And I thrived, but I felt like shit. So it's way better to give, way better to give. And the consequences are that the stuff gets reflected back to you in tenfold. And abundance comes. It comes to you. It's attracted to you. Veronica says, I need a 360 Lipo and a BBL. Love that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's like some serious changes in your life. Like a lot of people will be in this situation where they're so sick and tired of the struggles, and the struggle's real, right? They're so sick and tired of their struggles that they've been experiencing, and it almost gets to the point where you want to give up. Like, it's not worth it anymore, or you feel like it's going to take too much effort, too much time, and there's no way I'm going to be able to do it. And you start losing faith. You start losing the belief in yourself that you can do it. And when you lose that, man, your whole life kind of fades, and you start heading downhill. And it's just a matter of time. It's like you're speeding to the end. And maybe that's you. Maybe you've given up. But I'm here to tell you that there's still hope. Yeah, there is. Even if you got that big belly, even if you got that SpongeBob SquarePants shape, even if you're embarrassed, even if you're insecure, even if you got some weird shit that you think nobody else has, even if you have that stuff, I'm telling you, there is still hope. I've seen some very, very bizarre things with people putting fat on weird places, yet we can suck it out. It's still fat. Fat is fat. And the more of it you have, the more of it we can get out. You see these odd situations. This individual put on a tremendous amount of fat in her lower back. And typically people put that fat in the front of their belly, right? And it starts to hang over. Well, she started putting it on her lower back, so much so that it starts to roll over. It's the same thing. Gravity does the same thing. And when you have things that make you feel like you're the only one, I'm the only one that has this, and it makes you feel like crap. And I know, because I've seen it thousands of times, when people feel like they're on this island, like I'm the only one here, nobody else is like me, nobody gets it, nobody understands me, nobody understands my struggle. That's not true. I get it. I get these struggles. But there's lots of other women out there. I'm telling you, I've done thousands and thousands of these videos. There's lots of them out there. It's the same story, same struggle, same fears, same insecurities. So connect with others that are in the same boat. Our private Facebook group, fantastic opportunity for you to connect with our previous patients who are sharing their story. Ask them questions directly, private message, and they're real. So none of this fake testimonial crap, these reviews online, like who knows if that stuff's real. There's so much fake crap out there, and you got competitors that are trying to, pull down businesses. So you got, fake bad reviews, you got fake good reviews, because the businesses themselves are like, hey, we got to get good reviews too. So they start paying, because you can pay for all this crap. You can pay for reviews, and there's lots of lawsuits right now with Amazon and, and a lot of the review sites, there's lawsuits, Yelp, huge lawsuits, because a lot of the stuff's fake. So I got frustrated with that, and I'm a skeptic of all of that stuff. So I thought, why not create a place where our real patients can congregate in a safe place? It's private. It's a private Facebook group. It's safer, and we can control the environment to where if somehow a negative entity, negative energy infiltrates and they start, causing havoc, we can just eliminate. And what that does is it keeps this place, this umbrella of safety for each of our patients to share without feeling like they're going to be put down. Because a lot of the other women in the group, they feel the same way. And they know that you just need to be built up. And if we can help build you up, that's where the fun stuff starts happening. Is as you gain that confidence, as you build yourself up, you become more like Stacy. Stacy's like always positive. She's always helping. And I promise, like Stacy's been through lots of struggles, lots of challenges. She lives in a place that got hit by a hurricane this last year, and she got pummeled. And of course, like all of us, we've been struggling with the COVID issues for the past few years. But when some people, when you talk to them, and they're always complaining, well, things kind of suck, and it's like they're just focused. They're like they got their blinders on, all negative. The only thing they see is negative. And when you only see negative, that's all you experience. When you only talk about negative, that's all you experience. I gotta be honest. I'm very positive nature, And when other people around me start speaking negatively, it's like I don't even think about it anymore. My brain shuts off. I stop hearing and I walk away. It's like it just is an automatic response. Automatic. I mean, I seriously, even my kids start doing this. I shut down, walk away. I don't even want to be exposed to this negative talk, because the negative talk, it will influence you. It will influence you. And the more that you think that these negative things don't influence you, you're caught in the trap. You're caught. You think that these things don't affect you. So brings me to the this law, this 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 rule that you are the five closest people that you spend time with. And what I mean by that is that the people that are around you, they're going to influence every aspect of you. So whether it's financially, whether it's your weight gain or weight loss, whether how in how good a shape you're in, how good a job you have, all this stuff is going to be influenced by the five people that you spend the most time with. So here's the way that you can utilize and manipulate this law, because this is a law of nature. Seriously, it's a law of nature. You will be influenced with the people around you. So how to manipulate this is you got to start eliminating the negativity. If you eliminate the negativity and recruit positive people, it will inherently help you rise. Every time it works. Every time it works. You got to start eliminating. Now, here's the big problem. This is where most people they get hooked, and they're like they can't get out, because these negative people, most times it's your family. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your aunt and uncles, maybe it's your brother and sister. It sucks. I get it. I'm a family guy too. I like my family, but I don't, because sometimes they're really negative. In fact, when I started My Shape Lipo, my mom told me, she said, don't do it. You're gonna lose everything. Just go get a good job, get health insurance, get a 401k, and stay on that path. And I was like, later, Mom. And I didn't talk to my mom for a long time. Until I had everything completely set up with the business, and I was rolling and I was actually doing well. I didn't really talk to her, because I didn't need that negativity. I knew that she would somehow talk me out of it. So I pushed her aside, and it wasn't permanently, but I knew that she would influence me. So I pushed her aside, which allowed me to rise, because I tightened my circle. I got the negative people out, and I was influenced only by the positive. And it allowed me to rise and advance and grow and live in a world of abundance, because all I saw was positive. All I saw was potential. All I saw was the things that I could do to advance me to the next level. And these are lessons that you have to figure out yourself. You can hear the words, but you have to put them into action. You have to, and not only that, you have to hear repetition. You have to hear it over and over and over. That's why when you come back to these talks here, you're going to hear me saying these things, because I need to say them for me. I say them for me because I need to hear them. But you need to hear them too. And the more that you hear them, the more that you think about them, the more that you start to apply them to your life will start to change. So I'm going to give you a couple rules here. Drinking water. This is how you're going to change your life. Drink more water. Okay? And here's the rule. You're going to drink half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you're gonna drink 100 ounces of water per day. Only water. Don't drink anything other than water. No coffee, no juice, none of that stuff. Just water. Okay? Drink water. You're gonna move. You gotta move. You gotta do some type of movement. You gotta get up. You gotta get up and move. Whether that's walking, jogging, playing games, whatever. You just have to get up and get out. Start moving. And you can do this by, when you drive your car, instead of trying to find the parking spot closest, try and find a parking spot around the corner. Make yourself walk. Don't take the elevator anymore. Take the stairs. Walk whenever you can. This is your ability, your opportunity to move. And you can track this stuff, right? So a lot of us have our iPhones. You might have an iWatch or whatever the case, or you have whatever phone you have. Those will track your steps. So track this stuff. So move. drink water, move. Okay. Next one is sleep. Okay. And these are the foundational things that people miss. And when you're not doing these foundational things, it affects every aspect of your body, every aspect of your mind, every aspect of your life. And you're not even realizing how much these things affect you. So drinking water, moving. Next one is sleep. You gotta sleep. You gotta get, they say 6 to 8 hours, more or less. Everybody's a little bit different, but the problem becomes when people become chronically sleep deprived. And it happens fairly quickly because uh, most people believe that spending 6 hours in bed is the same as 6 hours of sleep, and that's completely false. When you're sleeping, you're actually going to be awake throughout the night because of disturbances or whatever the case. You get woken up, so you're not actually asleep the whole time, which means that you're not getting the deeper sleep, you're not getting the REM sleep, the stuff that's the restorative sleep that you need to function. And without this, you won't function. I'm serious. This is serious stuff, and people don't take this serious enough. Sleep is extremely important. So if you're getting up every morning and you have to have your coffee, if you're one of those people like you can't function without your coffee, it's because you're sleep deprived, and you're just covering it up. You cover it up every single day. You're chronically sleep deprived, and you cover it up every day. How does it affect you? It affects your mood. It affects your energy. When you're tired, you just don't want to do shit. That's the way it is. I know it. Trust me, I know this. Okay? When you're tired and you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to go to the gym. And you don't. Most people don't. And it's because you're tired. It's because you're not sleeping. Okay? Foundational stuff. If you're screwing up any of these, any of them, you got to get back on track. Drinking water, walking, sleeping. Next thing is the toxins within your body. Okay, all of us are being exposed to toxins. We all are. Okay, there's lots of environmental toxins. You may have toxins at your work, whether it's chemicals, cleaners, lotions and stuff that you're putting on your skin. There's toxins in all of this stuff. The air that we breathe is toxic. The food that we eat is toxic. The water that we drink is toxic. Everything is toxic in some degree. If you research stuff, everything's bad. Okay, so the key is you have to constantly work to detox, is getting these things out of you, but you also need to stop and decrease the toxins that are getting into you as much as you got to block yourself off, wall yourself off from the toxins that are coming in. So what does that mean? That means eating the right foods that have less toxins in them. So that's like organic foods that have less pesticides, things like that. Making sure that you drink good water, right? The water that we drink, it can be toxic. If you're drinking tap water, there might be fluoride or other chemicals in there that you're not aware that you're getting. The food that we eat, you got eating organic. We'll avoid the pesticides. The chemicals that we put on our body knowingly, right? Whether that's makeup or lotions, even our toothpaste, our deodorant, these all have chemicals and toxins that we ingest into our body. Now, we have this super body, this super suit that our body naturally detoxes, right? And we have our liver and our kidneys, but our bowels also help detox as well. The sweat is detoxing, right? Toxins are coming out through the sweat. Our body naturally does this stuff. The problem is that when you're not aware of the toxins that you are ingesting, you may ingest way too much, way more than your body can tolerate, way more than your body can detox on its own. So what happens is the toxins just build up, and as they build up, they become like sludge in our organs. So like your liver gets over toxic, and your kidneys get over toxic, and it's like a sludge that the filtration system's not working anymore. So this next foundational thing is you have to detox by getting out the toxins from your system, and then block off the exposure to toxins. And these are 4 foundational things. If you can get them right, your entire life will change. Your mind will be more clear. You'll have more energy. You'll be able to lose weight. Most people can't lose weight because their body's not functioning. These people that say, oh, I walk 20,000 steps a day. I eat 1 meal a day. and I still can't lose weight. Well, it's probably because you're toxic. It's probably because you have leaky gut. These are things that stop people from advancing. And if you're toxic, your metabolism doesn't work right. So it doesn't matter whether you're walking 20,000 steps. It doesn't matter whether you're eating only one meal a day and doing calorie restrictions. It doesn't matter because your body's not working. You already screwed things up. You're overly toxic. So you gotta do all of these things. It's not just one. It's you gotta do all. Drinking water, walking more, uh, eliminate toxins, and sleep. Four foundational things that if you get any one of those wrong, they can set you on the wrong path. So maybe you don't want this procedure. Cool. Go change those things and it'll change your life. If you want this procedure, we can get you big dramatic change, but you still have to change the foundational things of your life. You still have to improve on a constant basis. You have to constantly be working at these things. We are always getting bombarded with toxins, always. So you have to always be detoxing, always be trying to reduce your toxic load. You have to. And if you don't, what happens? When you get toxic, things start to shut down. That's when disease starts to happen. Typically, this takes decades. So typically, people will become more toxic in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, and then people start getting more illnesses in their 50s, 60s. You start getting cancer develops maybe in your late 60s and 70s. And this is the natural. We've been taught that this is a natural progression, but it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to get these sicknesses. You don't have to get illnesses. You don't have to be obese. You don't have to. But the choices that you've made have led you there. So you have to realize, you have to have the realization that you've made the wrong choices, that you've been told lies in the past. And if you can realize this and you can understand this, then you can actually change. Because when you think you're already doing the right things, you won't have any incentive to change. When you have the realization that you've been, duped, basically, you've been lied to, you've been told things that were untrue, and you've been living your life as if those things were true, when you realize this, you will change. Because you want to be better. Everybody wants to be their best version. Okay, Carlos says, let's say we book now, can we schedule for months out and still lock in the 15%? No, there's a cutoff date. So you have to place a deposit by the end of this next month. So by the end of July, you have to place a deposit, and then you have to have the procedure by the end of August. So that's the rules. Angie, how long have you been doing this? It's about, I've been saying 15 years for a while, so it's probably like 16 or 17 or something. I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't know anyone else that's been doing it as long as me. I've been very, very fortunate to be able to stay in this game for as long as I have, because I see my competitors. They come, they go, and it's a shame. But this is a brutal business. It's a very, very difficult physical wise, like physically. This is why I'm such an advocate for living your best life, so for being healthy, because I personally have had to do all of these things in order to be my best version, in order to bring it to you, in order to do this procedure, because it's very, very physical. It's very, very difficult. But I'm able to do this stuff because I train as an endurance athlete. I eat healthy all the time. I drink so much water. I speak these things and I do these things. And so you can see I'm an example. All I'm trying to do is make more examples. And if we have more examples, it's like the ripple effect starts to happen. Each of these individuals, they go home and they influence their friends and family to become better. And that's how we can advance and grow the whole society as one. All right. What's up, Sierra from My Shape? We got our employees here, medical assistants, Sierra. You're going to see lots of people making some posts about Sierra. She's awesome. She's been a very active part of the procedures and helping these patients out. And I know it's like family. So we're all there to help you. All right. Okay, let's see. Questions here on Instagram. Okay, Creole Soul Hair. Can't wait to see you. Exciting. So let me reiterate. We'll kind of have this downturn here. Let's see real quick. What is the highest BMI for surgery? D. Brooks. Um, you know, I don't know if there's a high BMI. Look, I suck fat for a living, so how I don't know how it's impossible for me to say that if you have fat, that is too much. That doesn't it doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. That's what I do. If you have more fat, I suck it out. The question is safety. We need to keep things safe for you, so you need to be healthy. Um, and as you get larger, there's going to be more health issues, whether that's diabetes, um, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Uh, these things can inhibit you from being a candidate for this procedure. But it's also ironic because this procedure could help you to be substantially healthier. Because there's been studies that already show that it reduces the blood sugar issue that causes diabetes. It'll reduce your cholesterol, so it decreases your risk factors for heart disease and stroke. And it also lowers your blood pressure. So all the things that are caused by the fat, the liposuction will actually benefit. So the key is you have to just be healthy enough to get it. Also, you'll notice when we do our quick quote, you can see, first of all, if you're looking for the pricing, go to our website, myshapelipo.com. There's a quick quote in there. It's instant pricing. Just enter the information, answer some questions. But you'll see on there that our top category 5, it stops at 44, BMI of 44, and that we recommend that you do a formal consultation at that point. And the reasoning behind that is not that we're turning you down. The reasoning behind that is that at that level, that BMI range, individuals, the distribution of the fat is different. And so our recommendations, so our generic recommendations for the procedure as well as our safety protocol, they're skewed at that point. So it's important for us to make a judgment call. So that's why the formal consultation will allow me to review the pictures directly, review your medical history, talk to you about your desires and wants, and we can develop a plan that might work for you. There are some limitations on what we can do, so we need to stay within these boundaries to get you the biggest, most dramatic change. Okay, how much is a BBL if I look like the one in the left picture? I don't know what that left picture was, but the BBL, so J-Love, you can go to our website right now, myshapelipo.com, click on the quick quote, enter some basic information, and you can get the pricing immediately right now while we're speaking. You can jump over there. Now, once you see the price and you like it, you're excited about it, you want to move forward, the next step is a formal consultation. Every single person who gets a procedure at MyShape Lipo will get a formal consultation. We need to speak with you. We need to review your pictures and make sure that we're doing the right thing. I want to make sure that we're on the same page with all this stuff. So you got to get the formal consultation. Once you get the formal consultation, the next step would be placing your deposit. We require a 25% deposit to lock in the date and time. And once you get your date and time, then you can make your arrangements. So whether if you're flying in from out of state or you need to get a hotel, you can start making those arrangements once you've placed your deposit. But yeah, J-Love, go check out our quick quote. You can get the pricing there. Yeah, the booty is bomb, Marley man. Okay, Carly Vet, can I lock in the 15% off but schedule for October? No, the deal is that the 15% is you have to place a deposit before the end of July and then get the procedure before the end of August. So these specials they're meant to increase the short-term business. We're trying to bring people in. But the interesting thing with this special is that I believe that this gives my influencers, my previous patients, it allows them to have more influence by offering a special, right? Everybody likes a deal. So when we have our 50% off contest for previous patients and any influencers that can that can help share this information with people and guide them towards our direction. This 15% off is just an extra added bonus for you to help all of those people that are interested. But the intent is to get people in sooner rather than book out later. So now is the time, and now is the time to do this stuff. So in a way, if you're looking to do this out in October, then maybe this is a fast forward for you. Like you got it, maybe this is your opportunity to get it done sooner, and push yourself. Sometimes you got to push your own limits to achieve the goals that you want. And I found this out because all I did was push the limits. I've constantly pushed the limits in my life, but I can tell you, when you push the limits, you realize that there really are no limits. And so you may have limited yourself and said that you had to do it by a certain time, but you know what? If you get creative, you can figure out ways to make things happen. You just have to change the way that you think about it, and remove the limitations. Okay, how often do patients take medications such as antibiotics after the procedure? So all patients get antibiotics after the procedure. If you're doing fat transfer, you take antibiotics a little bit longer. And typically our regular medication that we use, antibiotic, is Keflex. However, if you have allergies or any other sensitivities, we may try something different. So in each one of these different medications have different instructions. The Keflex is 4 times a day for 5 to 10 days, depending on the dosage. We also give pain medication. So yeah, and all that stuff will be, you got it. I know that there's a lot of people that want like all the information up front, but there's a lot of information, and you get it when you need it. So when you need that information, meaning you've already scheduled the procedure, and now it's your time to come, then it's important. Okay, when do I get the antibiotic? Really, that's not really important until the day of the procedure, because that's when you start. But no, you do get antibiotics, and know that, let's see. Yeah, Arizona Lily says that she won't dress well or do your hair or nothing. Yeah, a lot of people, when you feel insecure and you don't like yourself, it allows you to stop doing things. It allows you to stop pushing yourself to be better, because it's almost like you're like, well, people look at me a certain way, so I don't have to do anything anymore. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to. I'm never going to be that person with the hourglass figure. I'm never going to be that person that people think whatever. So I'll just quit now, and that's the dead wrong thing to do. You don't quit. You can't quit. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. You got to just, and the key is you have to just realize that you do have a potential more than what you have now. And it doesn't matter whether you're younger or older. Time is irrelevant, because wouldn't you rather live an awesome life even if you had only 4 more years to live? Wouldn't it rather be 4 awesome years than 4 years of feeling insecure and feeling like crap about yourself? Wouldn't you? So time is completely irrelevant. Now is the time. If you don't feel the way that you want to feel about yourself, now is the time. There is no other time. The future doesn't exist. The past doesn't exist. It's only in your mind. Now is the only time. So start taking action, because the only way for you to change your future is to change the now. Say that again. The only way for you to change the future is to change the now. You can start taking action right now, and it changes the future. So I'm going to wrap this up in just a minute, but I want to reiterate, we have this 15% off special going on right now. The deal is you got to put your deposit down before the end of July and have the procedure by the end of August. So it should give you some time to get it done. We also have this contest going on, the 50% off contest, and this is geared more towards our previous patients who can help influence those individuals to get the procedure. And they do that by simply sharing their story, sharing your positive energy, explain to people how you made the changes, explain to them the process, answer their questions, because now you know from personal experience. So 50% off, and the way that we're going to choose the winner is we're going to ask every month, we're going to ask all the patients from that month, who was most influential for you? Who helped you to make the decisions? Who helped you feel good about yourself to move forward with this? Who helped you the most to make the difference? Who is going to help make influencing these decisions? That is a vote. And now each patient will vote, and then we'll tally that up. At the end of the month, we're going to announce a winner. At least one person every month is going to get this 50% off. And we're going to keep doing this indefinitely. I'm not putting any end date at this point, which means that, I know that we're not going to get all of our patients are going to be huge influencers, but let's hope we can get 12 of them in this next year. That would be amazing. I think that would make a huge impact. And if each of those people can influence the people around them, it's like we're like knocking over the dominoes. And I hope that it just one after another, it just keeps coming. And we keep helping more people, and we keep changing the lives, changing the mindset, improving and showing people what's possible for themselves. And you do that by changing yourself, and then other people see it's possible. This is how this stuff works. So, and I know this is counterintuitive for a lot of my patients are mothers, and they think that they just pour out and give everything to everybody else, and they never take care of themselves. They neglect themselves. Mothers neglect themselves for sometimes decades, and that's how they gain all this weight. They're just not paying attention. They're so focused on everyone else, they don't pay attention to themselves. But let me tell you this, once you've given everything, you have nothing to give. And when you're like this miserable person, you're insecure, and you feel like crap about yourself, you don't have anything to give. You need to make yourself feel better, and then spread the joy. Okay, focus inward, and then the positivity comes out. But you have to do the things for yourself that make you feel a certain way, that brings this energy into you, this positivity, this love, this joy. And once it comes within you, it spills out, and it affects all those around you. And that's where this 50% off contest is I'm hoping that many of my previous patients are now overflowing with joy. And that overflowing with joy is now the ability to give. And the more you give, the more comes back to you. Because as you teach other people how to do the same things that you did, it reinforces in your mind, it reinforces that you were doing the right things, and it gives you more confidence. It's a circle, it's a cycle. It's the constant. So as you come in and you learn these things from a mentor, you get to the procedure, now you become the mentor. The cycle. So thank you so much for watching. Sign up for the 50% off contest. If you think that you can influence and direct your friends and family here, sign up for the contest. If you're not signed up, I don't know to look for you. Then get out there and get active. Start sharing your story, posting pictures, posting videos. Tell the story in words. Go answer questions for people. Go to other groups and connect with individuals. You can go private message people that are asking questions, say, hey, I got the answer for you, and point them our direction. And tag people, share our content, make comments. All these things are going to be helpful. All these things are going to help build influence for you. But most of all, be positive. Be a good person and give. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next week.